Hey everyone, this is Neil here on EndlessPens channel again. I'm doing an interview with Alan from Myers Penco.
How's everybody doing?
And why we're talking today is we're actually at the Orlando Pen Show because we're going to be releasing a collab pen, not with me, but with Erica. She couldn't be here, unfortunately. I know she wanted to be. And you will see a video later on from her and more content, I'm sure. But for now, it's just going to be me and Alan talking so you guys can meet him and kind of learn about his brand. So my first question, Alan, is going to be, where are you guys located? What's the best place to find you? You know, what's your socials that you guys primarily use?
Yeah, so our physical location is in Jamestown, New York, just south of Buffalo. We use Instagram primarily, and we have a Facebook group, and they're both under Myers Penco. So that's where typically how you can contact us. And also our website is www.myerspenco.com.
I know you do a ton of stuff on Facebook. I've participated in the lives myself.
Yep.
On the lives, or how often do you do lives, I guess, first off, for people that don't know?
Every other Wednesday from 8 to 9 in the evening, Eastern time, we set up a live event where we will answer questions, and we do a lot of giveaways.
That's what
you've been involved.
I was like, the part everybody
and they're fun
that they love
Neil chimes in, and he's always got something funny to say, so.
That's, I think that it's important. Obviously, we do it at Endless, but we do it on my own YouTube. Everybody does it. It's building the community. Obviously, that's what gives you probably the most staying power, really, is, you're growing attached to people and they're seeing what you guys do, not just the normal, all kind of, robotic, what have you. It's not just a brand. There's people behind it.
Yes, exactly.
My first question too, following into that though, just to know more about the brand, when did you kind of start? Because you told me a long time ago, you told me.
I know.
I don't know now. When did you guys start?
So I actually started turning in 2017, and it was all kit pens at the time, and then it was about, December of this year will be 2 years in custom pens. We've made about 7,600 kit pens over that time span, and we're approaching 2,000 pens, custom pens, and so we're getting close to 2,000, and we're going to give away pen number 2,000 at one of our live events very soon.
That's exciting. Do you prefer the kit versus normal or normal?
No, I
do you
like
call it bespoke. What do we call it?
Yeah, the bespoke or custom.
Custom.
Yeah. So the difference is you really, with a custom pen, you just start with a stick of resin. You cut it into the lengths you need. You cut a lot of threads on it. You set it up on mandrels, and you shape it to one of our 10 different models that we offer.
Yeah, so it's funny you say that, because I actually have a thing in here about your models. So 10 models, that's quite a bit. Honestly, there's a lot of big brands. I don't really need to call any of them out, but there's a lot of big brands that don't have that many models.
Yeah.
I'm sure one reason is because of the headache that comes with having so many models. But my first question actually is about the naming. Like, how does that go in? My mindset is so much of it's like naming your kids, you get one chance, so.
Yeah, well, I didn't know we were going to grow this fast and have these opportunities with Endless and bigger companies. So we started out, to be honest, most of the models are named after grandchildren. So the Mia Petite is named after one of our grandchilds. The MK is actually named after one of our good customers, and we did a collaboration with her. And but then you start looking at the Alpha, the Omega. The Alpha was the first pen we started with. It's very similar to the Alpha, but it posts. And then in between there's the Kensington. There's also the Missing Link, which is a pen with a lanyard.
You haven't seen it yet.
One. Yeah. So we can turn anything into that, though. We can lanyard any pen. The differences of our models are subtle, too. It's just a millimeter, 2 millimeters in diameter, thinner or thicker, and then, 5 to 10 millimeters shorter or longer. That's really...
We say they're minor, but those are the things that make the big difference.
We found that out about people. I don't like a pen that thick, and you just neck it down a couple millimeters, and I love this pen.
Well, for example, I like posting, and that's not honestly, like, I assume most people did, but you know, you find out you're wrong. It's
Yeah.
just for me, where do I put the cap? So
Yeah.
right now, for example, it's just sitting there. Like I'm a person that likes to post.
Yep.
So you know, that's me. That's
No,
not
no.
everybody, but
But
everyone's
then
got their own little niche.
and the names were just really as they came along, and we've kept them, and they've been popular, and now 1,500 people in our Facebook group can identify. They know the models. It's been pretty neat watching the organic growth, you call it, I guess.
Evolution.
So
Right.
yeah, whatever, evolution and growth. So yeah,
Out of those, what's the first one that you did though? What was your first model?
the Alpha.
The
It was the
Alpha?
very first, yeah.
Do you remember your first blank
That I made or that I turned.
that you were proud of? Because
Yeah,
I have to,
I
like,
mean-
if it's like me, my first like video and stuff, I'm not running back to ever
No.
watch it. But your first, like, the one that hit that you were like, this is, you know, this
It's
is the
just
one.
so hard to tell, Neil, because we have over 700 blank models right now. We brought 300 of them to the show with us.
Sure.
So you'll see them tomorrow. But ones that jump out and stick out at you, I think, are the ones that we did collaborations with people like the GRT blank, Gary's Rainbow Trout. It was.
Do you have one of those, or is it
Yes,
just,
I have all
I'll have
these
to-
at the. Yeah,
I'll get pictures of them and show them on the.
And the ones
screen.
that tie something. GRT was a girl lost her father, and he loved rainbow trout fishing. We made a blank that looked just like a rainbow trout.
Okay.
You'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. But there's so many, Neil. I honestly don't know if I have a favorite. So.
As far as like the first you remember being the one that hit though, or no? Still can't get to it.
Probably some of our first initial, like mother of pearl or abalone
Okay.
blanks are the ones that
Stand
come
out.
back. But we've been casting as long as we've been turning. So.
Because I saw it in a live. Besides Bic pens, what's your go-to? Do you have a go-to out of one? Whether it's
I know-
ideally, I'd love to hear of one you turned versus
I
one you
do.
didn't. But what's
I,
the go-to?
I write with an alpha every day, and I've always wanted to support other makers. So I have 26 other makers' pens right now. So I have
All inked?
no.
Okay.
No,
I was
no,
like
no,
you
no.
masochist.
No, because I love looking at them, and I
Sure,
don't want
sure,
to be
sure.
cleaning them all. But and my wife has an alpha. Chris, my son, writes with an alpha every day. Tristan writes with an alpha, and
So
yeah,
that's
and
the go-to.
yeah, that is the go-to, the alpha. It doesn't post, but it's little bit larger pen.
My favorite one of yours, and I don't know the model name, but it's the one that screws on the back.
Oh yeah, the Kensington.
It's smaller, but I mean, that's fine because once you post it, it's bigger.
It becomes a length of basically a full length.
Exactly. That's my
Yeah.
favorite one of yours. And I think to me, another reason is it kind of stands out too. There's not a
Yeah.
lot of pen makers making a pen that look anything like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yep, it just was. I thought, well, I can make this short. I got to make it as short as possible so you can still get an international cartridge. And by the way, all of our pens can be eyedroppered. All of them. The way we cut the threads, the tolerances are tight enough.
Do you
A little
use
silicone
that's
grease.
what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
a little grease, and you can eyedropper every model.
Okay.
So
As far as nibs go on that, obviously I know you're doing Yovo now for sure.
Yes.
You've done Opus. Have you done Bach, Schmidt, any of that other stuff?
I do have all the taps needed. I've done Bach nibs, number 5 and 6, Schmidt 452, Coeco 250, and Yowo. And Yowo, of course, Opus and FPR, they all fit that same housing.
What do you think
threads.
sells the most for you, out of curiosity?
It's Yowo now. We've been getting them factory tuned, and
that helps,
they're
obviously.
just beautiful. They write pretty wet. If you like a medium, it might feel like somewhere between medium and broad, but they're beautiful. They're smooth. We're getting such good feedback now.
Yeah.
So we've stuck with them. We do have FPR Ultra Flex though still. I mean, you helped me with that one.
those
if you
they're
remember
nice.
that.
They're nice, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
they're
those.
really nice. So.
Especially for price point, like getting those.
Yep.
Most flex nibs, you're pretty much paying a pretty big premium. So
You
to get
are,
them
yeah.
at a more reasonable rate, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, you helped me with that. I remember that.
Out of the releases, and you mentioned collaborations earlier. Out of those that you've done, always people will say what's the best or what have you. But I'm kind of interested in more like, out of the ones you've done, what's the one that surprised you that didn't sell as fast as you thought it would? It may have sold out eventually, but is there ones that you were like, wow, I just thought this was gonna move and it took time, like, the underdog, if you will?
Yeah, we had a couple slower ones, but I'm all about collaborations with YouTubers. I think they're passionate. They have a channel because they're passionate about what they do. So, but I'll tell you what, we've done some collaborations that I didn't think were going to sell, and I'm on like pen number 44 still.
Okay.
So there's still, and we put discount codes on our website too.
Sure.
So if you want this pen from Mandy Cool, I'll mention her name because she's out there.
Yeah.
Mandy reads in journals. She just you can tell her there's a passion. Just like I knew you were passionate about fountain pens and journaling and all that.
Yeah.
So that's who we like to work with. Because they know what they do, Neil? They take your product and they run with it for you.
They do.
What does it cost you? A couple pens?
Yeah, it's
at
like,
the end of the day.
realistically, I mean, the whole YouTube thing, and it's really just what, like, old time word of mouth.
It
It's
really
just
is.
the modern version of that.
With some video,
It's
right?
a little faster than pigeon letters, but
Yeah,
I
there you
mean,
go.
Not by much, but
No, it's good.
you also mentioned how many blanks you had, not just with you, but that you've made
Yeah.
in general. My question on that would be, naming obviously is hard there too, but what would you say kind of, with so many colors and so many variations and ways to combine it, ways to turn, all of it, what would you say, in your opinion, makes a good blank?
A good blank, something that's great for pen making, you have to follow process parameters tightly.
Okay.
Understand when to pour, how many grams of mica, how many drops of dye, what temperatures, and to be repeatable. That's probably the most difficult thing. And I think that's what we do best in the industry is repeat. When we have a great blank like Cotton Candy Clouds right now, we sold I think 9 in DC, then another 15 or 20 after DC.
Pretty sure I saw that one in
The pink and blue, remember that one? And
Mm-hmm.
we sold 6 of the 9 today. I wish I'd have brought more.
I need to get pictures of it before you sell it.
Yeah.
I'll do that tomorrow.
So what I'm getting at is you got to be able to repeat, because a lot of times people say, hey, I want that pen, and like maybe you haven't poured it for 6 or 8 months or a year. You have the recipe, you have all the parameters written down, and that's what makes a good blank.
Cookbook is what you need to
Yes,
keep.
you have-
You need to keep
exactly.
a cookbook.
Yep, and high pressure. You got to make sure you cannot have a pinhole. You don't want to put another maker through dealing with a pinhole in your product. So it's high pressure, pouring at a specific temperature, and then of course if you want the mixing technique. And vertical pours are much more difficult than flat pours. A flat pour, you can see what's going on,
Okay.
and you can take a
Maybe kind of
toothpick
string or
and move it
something.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all process driven, and that's what we do.
Do you use other people's blanks ever?
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
Other people's blanks are sent to us for turning, and we love that. Right now I'm doing a nice collaboration with a customer in California where I'm using our blanks with other blankers' blanks, and we're
Like Frankenstein is where you put them. They call it Frankenpen is what
yeah,
they say.
but she's color matched them all, Doc. She's color matched everything, and she's I want this, this, and this. And
Shout her out, Doc.
yeah, Doc, wherever she is. Yeah.
She watches everything.
So we're really good about that, and I think collaboration's the most fun part. Is a customer sends you a picture, and I want blanks that look like this, and and then we see.
And it's just a black image. No,
no. But they'll send us color palettes too, different
yeah.
color palettes, and we said, well, we got this palette. What are the colors in the order that you want to be, the most discernible? We don't want, if you wanted like a gold to pop more than anything else, you got to be careful. If you use dark color dyes and micas, they overpower everything. So, but you know what? It's all been a learning curve, Neil. Now we
Yes.
know. We know how micas and dyes behave with each other. We get all that now.
Every YouTube video, everything I've ever done is they're just steps, right?
Yes.
You just, as long as you're progressing, there's steps, right? If
Yes.
you keep doing the same thing, what have you, you're just
And
standing
I'll
around.
admit, we've thrown blanks out or give them away, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let people practice on it. And we teach people how to turn too in that as well. A lot of the casting techniques and stuff, unfortunately, we don't share openly.
You got a trade secret. You got to have
There
something.
is a little,
something.
exactly. But as far as from the turning side, I do 3 to 5 live videos a week, turning videos. You probably see them, pop up.
Yeah,
And
I've seen them.
I just love to show people what's going on with their pen, and they'll ask, hey, can you turn your pen on your next live, my pen in your next live? I'll say, let me see where it is in the priority list. Yeah, let's do it. And we'll turn a pen for someone. They love that part. And we're growing fast. I think I mentioned, 100 to 150 people a month is our
How much
average.
when you do your lives what's the average for people, like, because getting people to be aligned to be on a live at the same time is
Yeah.
actually really hard. I've
We
tried
only
it.
get about 50 to 100.
It's still good. Like, that is good. Yeah.
So
And it's
what we've
hard.
done is we have that every other Wednesday. It's just every other Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
We
routine.
send out a reminder, and people just love to come to it.
Where do they get the reminder at if they want to sign up?
Chris does that through Facebook, through the group, just the event reminder.
So you think the
to
Facebook
members.
group is a big one for
I
you'd
think
recommend?
that's where it's growing. I see people coming from all over, from fountain pen enthusiasts, from pen turning and learning, other Facebook groups. They're joining us. We love that community. It's I think right away that the support in that community is incredible. Right?
It is,
You can feel it.
I actually have a
see
question here that says, "Where's Momo?" So
Yes, where's Momo?
That is just for your community only, so they know it.
Yeah,
When
okay.
they see it. The Moon Shadow, so the pen we're gonna release with Erica. Her video will come out shortly after this, so she'll kind of explain her story and everything. Is it a different approach? Is it a different way that's done? How was that, or how is that for you?
It was good. I'm not going to say we struggled with the finial, but there's a lot going on. Resin heats up to 330 degrees Fahrenheit. So it depended on what type of paint you used and what type of paper, everything. So once we nailed that down, it went smoothly. The blank her color palette, and the blank was absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you had a chance to look at a few of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're all so similar, but so different. It's almost like built-in ink windows on these things. If you look at them, did you notice down the bodies?
I was gonna tell you that I didn't realize that there was translucency until I saw it in person.
Yes.
And they'll tell from the video I make. I guarantee I will show it. But yeah, no, I mean it is a really good blank. Kev liked them. I saw them and I thought they were really good. And I'm not personally not a blue pen person.
Yeah.
But even so, I saw the finial was a bit iridescent as well.
Yes. Got some sheen to it. Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice little add-on,
There's
if you will.
4 shades of blue, clear, glitter, and some really soft, like white clouds at night, grayish white in there.
One thing I want to call out, because you're doing it, is I saw you're doing the donating a pen for a charity, right?
Yeah.
For the Orlando Pen Show.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, it's probably already going to be over.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I still think it's worth calling out a good cause when people
Yeah.
do it. If you don't mind telling me, maybe sharing a little bit about the pen, why you chose the colors you did. And obviously I saw an ink window. That's the first time I've seen it. You're telling me you've done it. And I'm expecting many people are going to want it now.
Yeah.
But tell me more about
Sure.
how we decided and what went into that.
Yeah, so the contest was for the Reef Relief, the donation pen was you could use either something that was like reef colors or the purple and gold Florida Pen Show colors. So I had some really cool micas that I love, these really bright purple and gold. And I go, well, I'm gonna make that, and I'm gonna put the Key West turquoise water. I want it on each end of the pen, and that's what you saw. And I said, well, heck, while I'm at this, I'm gonna throw a clip on it. I'm gonna throw
everything.
five matching purple color bands and an ink window. So I made the pen relatively complex.
You tried to hype it up. Would you say it's the most complex you've done so far?
No, not really. Putting metal bands on stuff is a
little bit harder.
A little bit, but once I have a CNC lathe, that'll become very straightforward. So
another thing I'm hopefully leading to is kind of what's next.
Yeah.
And obviously you're mentioning the lathe. So we're thinking metal work, or what are we thinking?
I will be making mandrels on that. So mandrels that help us in turning on our wood lathes for final shaping, but primarily it'll be cutting threads and doing the basic shaping of our body sections and caps. Then everything else will still be all hand tuned in. Everything will still be cut by hand. The metal lathe is much slower than me.
Sure.
I can drive a metal lathe into the ground as fast as I turn, but it's slower, but it's consistent, it's very accurate. It can be working while I'm working.
Exactly.
You see, so
some form of automation is very
yes,
helpful.
exactly.
When you get that, I'm sure there's some sort of learning process where we wait so people don't rush you to be like, please, Alan, please use this, please. How long would you say, roughly months wise, we
should have the lathe within a few weeks because it's a demo lathe we're getting from Haas, and we know how to program it already. Tristan
It's helpful.
understands programming. Haas will probably cut the first few programs for us. Again, we've got 10 models. I'm not going to make them program 10 models and shaping an omega, Mia petite, alpha petite, all that. So I'm thinking within like, less than 2 months. It depends. When Haas gets that lathe in our hands, we'll probably need about 4 to 5 weeks for the fine tuning.
You mentioned too that you have kind of shown people a little bit of the process and how to do things like that. You know, for someone that's new, say they want to get into pen making, would you recommend, like, say they want to do it all, right? You guys are basically doing everything except making nibs at this point.
Yeah.
Whether it's turning, making resin, what do you think's a better starting point?
Yeah, I mean, anybody can cast blanks. You can, but I'm telling you, when you first start, you're not always happy with them. There's so much into blank making, but if you follow a process, if you're good about that, you'll make decent blanks. Then you'll try different things, and you're going to find out that dark colors always overpower everything else, and you'll make a lot of scrap. But there's a learning curve with that. With pen making, I would say, get a small lathe and start doing kit pens, and get your feet wet and learn how your cutting tools and learn all that stuff by hand. When you get into bespoke or custom pen making, there's a significant investment. You'll want to upgrade to a little bit tighter lathe, something with at least 1 horse, and so you'll have 12 to 1500 in the lathe, and then you'll have 2 to 3 grand in tooling. Cost you 3,500, 4 grand to make your first custom pen. We've been fortunate enough that we've made so many pens now that our transition into bespoke or custom pens was pretty straightforward, other than buying the tooling.
Sure.
But I'd recommend getting into turning first, and we've got the blanks for you, and
you know where to find them.
That's right. But it's great. It's an incredible hobby. I think it's lowered my blood pressure by 20 points. I think it's just awesome.
Keeps you busy.
And you're creating, you're creating something.
It's important.
With your hands
it's
and
super
your
important.
Mind. Yeah.
I think obviously that's why I do YouTube. That's why I do my stuff. But I just think that creation is so important, right? And it can be for anything. It doesn't have to be just pens and stuff. Even though I think pens is a great, even though it's analog and everything's digital now.
There's an analog movement that I don't know if any of us truly understand right now. So you can see it. You look at the groups at Growing Fountain Pen Enthusiasts. I mean, I joined that a year ago, and a little over a year ago, and it was 75,000 or 70,000 members, and I think it's 108,000 now. I mean, you're growing 800 members a week. I mean, you just start to think about that.
When it comes to like keyboards, for example, you compare who can type faster. When it comes to handwriting, it's who writes better. They're different things. There's you can show off. You can do things.
Exactly.
I'm
you have beautiful penmanship.
No, I'm left-handed. I'm cursed.
You're pushing through the ink?
Yeah,
that's okay.
But regardless of that, there's just a lot of things that can be had from it, and the best part of it, and I know you're going to agree with this, the best part of it is the community for analog writing is, I'll bleep it if I can't cuss. I don't truthfully know if they'll allow it, but it's f***ing amazing. Like the people that are in the community, like I was in other ones, I did plenty of things, and everyone has done other stuff.
I'm just blown away.
They're amazing.
The talent is insane.
They're such good people.
Yeah.
You can't could repeat it 100,000 times.
The kindness that they show it matches the talent of their writing abilities.
Damn. Wait then.
Yeah. Maybe we need a little work, Neil. No, it's great. It's a super cool community. We love it, and we never saw this coming. This growth.
Sure.
And you even told me, wow, that's good for organic. You told me that about a year ago, remember?
Yeah.
We talked, and
I remember every interaction I have with people. Because I am also in the same boat as you. I think my channel at that time, I don't even know if I was at 2,000 subscribers.
I don't think you were.
I don't think so. Now
I know this, though. You sent 8 or 9 Beethoven pen buyers to me.
Yeah,
the Beethoven pen.
That resin, I don't know if it's your staple resin, but that's your best resin, at least from what I've seen. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I have a blank here.
Yeah, I think
too,
it's fantastic. That's my favorite one you've,
Yeah.
at least from all the ones I've looked through, and that one I was really particular
Yeah.
on. I still think it looks
And
amazing.
that was a color palette from Doc. I said, I want to do a complex composer series of blanks.
Doc again.
Yeah, Doc. I said, I need colors for Beethoven. So she did this. It was incredible. His life, everything from the colors that described his life and the violence in his life, right up to his the lead poisoning, the silver lead color that's in that blank. You don't see it, it's in there. Everything about Beethoven's life is in that blank. Doc did an incredible job with
It's a great blank, yeah.
So, Lantern Festival, there's a handful she did, so.
And there's so much coming out. I mean, this first release is special, but there's more coming down the pipeline.
Oh, yeah.
Once we get those, we'll get those. Everything takes time, as we know. But it's all worth it, because the process, you get great content. You also get really nice end products. They're worth the wait, you know what I mean? We're releasing this one, and people already should know this, but we're releasing this one at the Orlando Pen Show. And any remaining stock we have will go live on EndlessPens website on the 19th.
Yep.
And I can't tell you how many that'll be, because I have no clue. We haven't brought it to the show yet, so we'll see.
Hopefully we sell a handful here. I think they will.
Yeah, I think we will too. We got a special spot I planned for the table for just those, so we're hoping that it does really well, and I think it will. I think it's a cool collab for me, especially when I've been helping Endless. I really, really care about showcasing like more bespoke people. I think that's important because there's so many makers in the community.
I know.
And a lot of them make really good stuff, like Beethoven, you know. So there's
I
some
bet
great
you
things.
there's 100 makers. I think there's about 100 custom makers, and about 20 to 30 are like what I would call like super active.
Top, yeah.
Constantly innovating and we know each other. All of us know each other now. So, and that's the other thing. We help each other. You know, any chance we get, we help each other. I mean, this is. I'm trying to get a pen in the hands of everybody.
Sure.
People that can't even afford a fountain pen. That's why we give away so many, Neil.
I don't have a pen. I'm out of pens.
Neil has a couple. I lost track, Neil. You got to remind me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's why you started it, right?
Stop by the table tomorrow, all right? I don't want you to feel left out.
Yeah. So I guess just to wrap it up, you know, where to find you, the best spot you would recommend is Facebook?
I think between Facebook and Instagram, because we respond to those daily. You know.
I'll have links in all the description.
And of course, our website's a great place. Just email me from the website, and then what I do there, people say, I want this, and this. I go, okay, let me build a listing for you. So I build the listing for them, and then I put the listing out there, and then that's my work order. Right? Then they'll pay for it, and that's my work order. We have a decent backlog right now, but we're still trying to get pens out in 3 to 4 weeks from the day you order it.
It's important. I mean, turnover time matters. People will wait for a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but once they've paid,
when I'll tell you what, when they pay, I kick it into hyperdrive. So every show, the last few shows we got back from. Every pen that was ordered at the show was shipped in less than 2 weeks.
That's killer.
So
not many people are able to do that.
We really take pride in. I think customer service is.
It's part of everything.
Customer service, quality, and kindness are the secret ingredients to our growth right now. I really, truly believe that.
Well, I don't know about. I can't do the kindness part, but I can work on the others.
You're kind. Neil has jumped in and tried to sabotage a couple of our lives, but he didn't. No, he didn't. He always brings some extra life to the lives. So.
You got to.
Yeah,
people like
it's
to laugh.
fun.
So Facebook, Instagram, they'll definitely do it. I hope everyone knows. It'll be in the description down below. Just check them out. And again, this was Alan from Myers Penco. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Yep.